What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nate here from Out of the Basement, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And Steven.
Howdy.
And today we are talking about the Star Wars Episode 9 teaser trailer. We're not going to be reacting to it, because it's too late for that.
And reaction videos are kind of stupid.
We've never done any.
Not at all.
But that was a sarcastic one.
Nothing.
That was a sarcastic
All right. So,
we're already arguing.
Chances are by the time you've seen this video, you've already seen the trailer. So we're just going to give our general thoughts on the trailer, what we think might be going on in the movie, what we think of
the only speculation that we will be doing.
Yes, I agree with
We're not a speculation channel.
We went Force Awakens, we got all the speculation out of us.
Oh.
And of course we're going to be giving our thoughts on the actual title of the movie as well. So before we begin, of course, share your thoughts on the trailer in the comments down below. So right off the bat, the trailer starts out with Rey standing on a desert planet again. Little bit of a new costume, little variation. Well, of course, the costumes and everything for the movie leaked like a month or so back. Yeah. I know I definitely looked at all of that stuff. And then we got the poster that leaked as well, showing off, again, every character's new outfit. I do like her new outfit a lot. It's a nice little variation on the classic Jakku look.
Yeah. She's got a hood.
Yeah.
Then obviously doesn't show her with it up, but it's there.
It's there. But she's standing there. She ignites her lightsaber, which, mdjrick,
is the wrong ignition sound. That might be intentional. I mean, I highly doubt a multi-million-dollar company could get something like that wrong.
It's subverting your expectations.
I mean, it's the sound bit from Luke's green lightsaber. It's the sound that comes from Luke's green ignition sound.
Are they trying to tell us something?
Yeah, just a little thing I noticed is that it's the wrong startup sound, but whatever.
But there's a TIE fighter speeding towards her, presumably Kylo Ren.
In his TIE Interceptor.
In the TIE Interceptor, and I think we all agree that it's, at least to us, it seems like they are training together. It's not like a confrontation.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, it could very well be.
I'm not saying it's not or is. I'm just saying it could be.
But it would be weird for them to meet up just one-on-one on a planet together. She doesn't have any sort of vehicle with her.
That could be the final showdown.
I don't think that would be the final showdown.
I don't think so either, but it could.
But she doesn't have any vehicles at all, and he's in a TIE fighter. Like, wouldn't you think that Kylo Ren would want to fight her engagement style one-on-one on the ground and not try and run her over?
I mean, it could just be a random TIE Interceptor.
Maybe Kylo's not piloting it.
That is true. However, she does force jump over it,
which that visual looks awesome.
Yeah.
Said this about the Last Jedi trailer, but the visuals look amazing.
Of course. I mean, visually, The Last Jedi is a pretty good movie.
Yeah, visually, definitely.
The other parts of the movie, I don't know.
It's good to look at. Put it on mute. Beautiful. But no, you brought up earlier, because we briefly talked about it earlier. Her jump itself, we haven't seen really anything like that since the prequels.
Yeah,
the force jump.
It was interesting to see those powers come back. I like when we get to see more force abilities than just like your standard force push, force lightning, that sort of thing. So it's nice to see like the big, like crazy jump, because obviously she's jumping like 12 feet in the air.
Justice for the speed run from Phantom Menace. Where did it go? Were they the only two that developed that force ability?
Yes.
Did it die with them?
Yes.
Jesus.
So the next thing, we see Kylo Ren giving the rock bottom to what would appear to be one of the Knights of Ren.
Yeah. Could be a Knight of Ren, could be a native of the planet that they're invading, or it could be a resistance trooper of some kind.
Mayhaps, but I think it's 110% a Knight of Ren.
Yeah. To me, it looks like one of
laying the smack down on his candy axe.
It looked like one of the Knights of Ren, but it was interesting because in the back of that shot, you've got Kylo running forward, and in the background, there's First Order stormtroopers running forward too. So, did Kylo Ren show up to wherever they are with a fleet or like some soldiers to help him out. Like I'm wondering how that confrontation's going to go, because you wouldn't think that Kylo and the Knights of Ren would be at odds with each other.
And here's, I think, two scenarios in which they could be at odds with each other where that scene makes sense. A, the Knights of Ren have now sworn their allegiance to the Emperor, and they're protecting him, and maybe Kylo wants to get to him for whatever reason. So that's a thing. Or, of course, Kylo's redeeming himself. Turning to the light.
Or the Knights of Ren were loyal to Snoke, and they're trying to enact some revenge on his behalf.
True.
Or Kylo's like, hey, I'm Supreme Leader now.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Or, that would be interesting, a power struggle between the Emperor and Kylo. I thought I'm the leader.
Yeah.
But, or he could have a battalion of the First Order Stormtroopers because they're invading a planet.
True.
So, it could...
And that it's not a Knight of Ren at all, but that leaked poster had the Knights of Ren on it.
Yeah, true.
So that's why... That leads me to believe that's 100% a Knight of Ren that he's given the rock bottom to.
Yeah. Hopefully the Knights of Ren get justice. And I mean screen time.
And by justice, we mean please just give us a sliver of screen time with them. You teased us in The Force Awakens, and we never heard anything from them again.
I made a whole video about it on this channel. I don't even know if it's still up. Hopefully not. But
I think the 2 episodes of the hit Out of the Basement series, Bucky's Bantha Fodder, are still live.
Oh, okay. Well, if they're still live, you can go and watch it if you want. I don't recommend it.
They're both sitting at a hot 70 views apiece.
Yeah. I dived into the lore that we have for the Knights of Ren because I wanted to know more about them because I thought their designs were super badass, but then you're just left with nothing. Very interesting backstory.
Yeah.
At least how they came to be. So I hope some more of that lore is explored, either in this movie or The Mandalorian.
I just thought of this. Do you think they're ever going to explain how they got Anakin's lightsaber?
No. I think that's a lost cause at this point.
But, that's kind of jarring to me. Because it literally fell to... And, Cloud City, Bespin is, a mining, toxic wasteland. That's why they live in the clouds. So, how did they find that lightsaber? It's kind of jarring to me. I know it's a little thing, but it's kind of upsetting.
I don't really think it's that big of a deal since we're so late into the trilogy. It's kind of just to me, it's whatever at this point. So the next thing we get to see is Kylo, well, not Kylo himself, but a creature of sorts with some hairy paws, reforging Kylo Ren's helmet, putting it back together, which, Justin, I think you said it best.
That it's kind of just undoing The Last Jedi. I think you could say that for this whole trailer when he says nobody's ever really gone. Or there's another example. What was it? Bringing Lando back. Mm-hmm. And because in The Last Jedi they say let the past die, kill it if you have to. And now it's no, let the past, let us... Because that's kind of, JJ's thing in The Force Awakens is there's a lot of themes from the first Star Wars to reintroduce a new generation to Star Wars, and all of Star Wars shares similar themes. And then everyone complains it's too similar, so they did something way different. Now nobody likes being way different, so I think now they're going to go back, and who knows?
Yeah,
might be significantly even more different than The Last Jedi, but with JJ, I think he's going to do it justice.
Yeah, I honestly think Rian Johnson went a little rogue with The Last Jedi because I don't... Of course, Disney wants to switch it up to a degree, but... And Disney loved that movie because Disney just fawned over the movie and fawned over Rian Johnson. They're going to give him a trilogy, and I don't know if you've seen the documentary that comes with The Last Jedi. Oh my god. Is it the biggest... fluff piece you've ever... It's sickening to watch.
I don't own The Last Jedi on Blu-ray, so
you need to watch that documentary because obviously it was all shot and completed before Last Jedi was released and all the negativity came at it because Disney was clearly insanely confident in this movie and Rian Johnson, and
oopsie doopsie,
we saw the end of that story. We've all pretty soured hard on that movie. So I think Disney's like, oh my God, save us, JJ. Throwing it back in his court. He gets the 2 hardest movies to make.
The first and the last.
Comeback and the ending.
Yeah.
And I still believe in JJ, and I'm so glad he's back.
Yeah, and I can tell just by the trailer, the small amount of cinematography that we get to look at, like when you see Rey and then it pans all the way down to the waist and the lightsaber. It kind of reminds me of that first shot of Force Awakens with BB-8.
Mm-hmm.
How like he's always doing little wild little camera work.
Yeah.
So it's good to see. I trust him.
I agree. We all trust in JJ here. We quickly got a little shot of Lando, which made me very happy. I kind of got a little misty-eyed just seeing him laughing, thinking about Lando. He's going to be like, oh boy, I can't wait to see what my buddy Han Solo's been up to. Can't wait to see what that Luke guy's up to.
He's going to be like, well, at least I got my shit back. Fucker.
Yeah, he finally gets his shit back, which Han does say over my dead body.
It's like poetry.
I do like that they gave him that he's wearing like the young Han Solo outfit or young Lando outfit from Solo. Nice little tie in there because Solo's a decent movie. Let's all be real right now. Solo's decent.
Yeah.
So I like that they like kind of threw that in there to be like, yeah, you know, like Solo's worthy. That costume is worthy. Mm-hmm. I like the costume. And then finally the big, well.
Oh, also, I just randomly thought of the other thing I was thinking of, reconstructing the lightsaber. Because obviously the lightsaber is reconstructed.
Yeah.
It's undoing everything that The Last Jedi did. That was like the other point I was trying to
think of that. That doesn't even come to mind. Yeah. I think my brain has tried to just erase The Last Jedi from my memory.
Then we got a shot of Rey and I believe Poe and Finn, right? It's in that shot. It's a very quick shot.
On like
some sort of planet, but in the background it appears to be the Death Star.
Yeah. They look like they're on a sail barge from not the big one.
Like one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, that Luke's on that they're about to, throw him off. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
Too similar to Return of the Jedi.
They're remaking.
Disney ruined my childhood.
So I feel like it's safe to assume that we're actually going to see Endor. Not the forest moon of Endor.
Right.
But Endor
the
itself.
Bigger planet.
A lot of people think that the forest moon of Endor is Endor. But it's not.
Which, it's an easy confusion. Yeah. Because they don't give the forest moon of Endor
I'm pretty sure the
name.
Battlefront games, like you pick Endor and it's the forest moon of Endor. Yeah. I mean, it's easily confused.
Like I said, they never gave it a name.
Yeah.
That I know of.
And then the big moment of the trailer. The screen cuts to black. There's a little bit of silence. Then we hear a laugh. And it's very obviously the Emperor. I don't know how anyone on planet Earth could have possibly thought it was anyone else.
Yeah, and Ian McDermott came out on stage and was like, "Roll it again."
Yeah, and we're getting a brand new Palpatine action figure very conveniently right around this time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for the Black Series, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's all very convenient. It's a very convenient series of events.
I don't think I've ever gotten the chills like that while watching like a trailer for Star Wars. Like I've been super emotional. Like the Force Awakens trailer, the first one had me teary-eyed.
Of course,
we've almost gone 11 years without Star Wars. But since then, I've kind of gotten used to Star Wars trailers. But this one, when I heard the laugh, I was like, "Oh."
The past few days, honestly. Nothing but chills. Yep. Even the Fallen Order Jedi game, the Mandalorian clips that have leaked online.
Clone Wars Season 7 looks dope.
Yep. I've just it's so good.
Star Wars is back, motherfuckers!
You were saying it the other day. It's so funny how like, yeah, Star Wars, and then like something else. They just
realize like. Seriously, like earlier this year, I remember you and I specifically having a conversation and being like, yeah, it's kind of like boring to talk about Star Wars now. And then just like these trailers drop and we're like, yes! Star Wars! Yes!
They get us hooked.
They know how to make good trailers.
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, presumably the Emperor is coming back. Actually, not presumably. JJ actually confirmed he's in the movie.
But that could be as a vision.
Yeah.
Or Force in the flesh. Or Force Ghost. Even though bad guys don't have Force Ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah.
Rebels kind of went in deep with the, after death Force stuff. It got a little weird and trippy in Rebels with that. So I would say the possibility of dark side Force Ghost coming back wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. I think it'd be weird if they chose Force Ghost because, like you said, the Sith don't get Force Ghost. Like, that's kind of like one of the themes of Sith is that I had this debate with a friend of the channel, Brendan, the other day, because he said the ultimate goal of the Sith was immortality. But I said immortality is definitely a goal, but I think their ultimate goal is power control and pretty much self-gratification. And I think they do want to achieve immortality because it interferes with their ultimate goal.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was kind of the irony of the Sith is, like, obviously...
And it depends on the Sith Lord. They're not all focused on the same things.
Right.
It just so happens that the ones that are in the movies, well, specifically Palpatine and then his master before him, Plagueis, were very obsessed with it.
Yeah, but, like, there are other Sith Lords, in like Vader, Dooku. They never said anything about immortality, so...
Yeah. They weren't trying to live... Darth Vader was certainly not trying to live very long.
Yeah.
Considering he's in constant agony when he's out of the suit.
He was ready to die.
So, like, I don't think Darth Vader was trying to live a very long time.
And maybe the Emperor wasn't bluffing to Anakin in Episode 3. Maybe he did...
Yeah.
Or he already knew the secret, or he was on the cusp of it.
Because he said his master taught him everything he knows.
Mm-hmm.
But he also says, like, he couldn't save himself, he could only save others.
Yeah.
They could also...
Ironic.
They could also be going either the new Star Wars Battlefront 2 route, where it's a series of pre-recorded things, like a contingency plan, that could be a possibility. Or they could go the old Dark Empire route, where he has a million clones of his body, and
That'd be a little too zany.
Yeah,
that is okay. I know, but I'm just saying they could, if they really wanted to.
I mean, of course,
and I would fucking love it. Even though
it's corny as fuck.
Yeah, it's corny. I hope they don't go that route. But in the event that they do, for whatever reason, I'm in.
Because at the same time, it's over 30 years. Because Force Awakens was 30 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
He's old. Like, the dark side has obviously deteriorated him a lot.
But after Episode 3, the Emperor just had dick to do because he completed all of his goals.
No, I mean after...
He went on vacation.
After Episode...
To Jakku. Because in the lore, Jakku is the final battle spot where the Empire was finally defeated.
Oh, yeah.
And that was there for a reason, because the Emperor had special dealings on Jakku.
Is Rey a Palpatine?
But what I'm saying, it's been over 30 years since Return of the Jedi, so he would be like over 100 years old.
I mean, again,
Plagueis was like...
Yeah, Plagueis was pretty
old. But Plagueis wasn't human.
True, that's true. And that book's not canon anymore.
And pretty much, like, the dark side decreases your lifespan because it deteriorates your...
Because you're so powerful.
Yeah.
Like Darth Sion, he just starts cracking up because he's so fucking evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm definitely very, very intrigued and interested. And I'm just like... To me, it was a wild card. Like, I would never in a million years would I expect the Emperor's laugh to be at that end of the trailer. It's like he was vaporized in Return of the Jedi.
What if it's like a Darth Nihilus thing? Because Darth Nihilus isn't really a person or a being. He's kind of like a ghost.
Or I was also starting to think like the Darth Bane thing in the Clone Wars when he comes out of like a Sith artifact as some kind of...
But he's not like alive.
Right.
And the vision Yoda had was just that, just a vision, right?
I think that was just, because of the Sith. There was like a Sith artifact of some kind, so it was spewing off Sith visions.
They did have that.
I mean, it could be something like that. Like, we don't know if it's him in the flesh.
They've been flirting with this type of thing since the Clone Wars, though, because remember that deleted scene that came out of like Revan and all them coming back? I'm not sure in what capacity. I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe those were visions too.
It was supposed to be first season set, but those got canceled by old Disney, and then they're like, "No, wait, we'll bring the clones."
So maybe they'll do it.
Yeah,
who knows?
No. So finally, let's discuss the title Of course, episode 9 has been subtitled Rise of Skywalker. What does it mean? I don't know.
What Skywalker are they referring to?
Yeah.
There's so many questions.
Skywalker's gone. Rey Palpatine.
Kylo.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are reacting negatively to this.
I think
it's safe to say.
Yeah, I would agree that I'm in that boat. I think the title is pretty weak.
Yeah, I think the majority of the people who are disliking are taking it at like face value, or maybe there's like a super enjoyable reason it's called that. Like maybe it's like, oh, like because thousands of people were saying like on Facebook like, oh, Rey is a Skywalker confirmed. Like I don't think it's that like right in your face, like face value, Rise of Skywalker.
They could mean...
Could have to do with Anakin.
True. Or, hear me out, Kylo is a Solo and a Skywalker. So maybe Rise of Skywalker means that the Skywalker part of his blood is rising in him as a character, and maybe he becomes a good guy at the end. Saves the day type deal.
Yeah.
And that's what that means, is like he rose up to become a Skywalker. I don't know. That was just a thought that popped into my head.
I do like that Rey is wearing like bright white, like straight up white, because like the color that characters wear has always been a theme. Like in Star Wars 77, Luke's wearing white, and in Episode 5 he's wearing like a grayish, and then in Episode 6 it's black because he almost turned to the dark side, and it kind of happens with Rey too. Like she was wearing gray in The Last Jedi, and now she's wearing white. Anakin in the prequels always wore black, and Obi-Wan wore white. So like Kylo's still wearing black, but I mean he could still turn to the light side.
I am 100% indifferent about the title. My main complaint is I don't think it flows well with the other titles. That's literally...
Because is it The Rise of Skywalker or just Rise?
No, it's The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Because all the other subtitles they're not that cut and dry, I don't think. They're, especially the prequels. For the most part. I just feel like this is really on the nose, kind of. Maybe,
it's like,
I guess
it's like almost too specific.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's just because Skywalker is in the title.
Yeah.
Like the other ones don't have any specific characters,
like,
or
it's not like the Phantom Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Even though like the prequel, I don't know if it was the Plinkett reviews who said like the titles don't work for the prequels because they're also too specific. Like the Phantom Menace is one character, Attack of the Clones is one event,
Revenge of the Sith, one event.
But what I'm saying is that the title actually says Rise of Skywalker. Skywalker's rising up, where Phantom Menace obviously refers to Darth Maul, but it's not like Darth Maul's here,
or like The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, it doesn't tell you exactly how.
And what do the clones attack? Why are they attacking?
The clones could be droids since they all look the same.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm fine with the title.
Yeah, I'm also fine with the title because I think the meaning behind it is gonna be different from what the majority of the people think. I truly think they're gonna bring, I don't even know how to explain it. They're gonna bring the series like prequels, original trilogy, Disney. It's like full circle. Like not the Ring theory, but it's obvious that the films all share themes with each other. And I just think we're gonna get a hint of that. And it's rumored that Hayden Christensen is gonna be like a Force ghost in some way, shape, or form.
I'm fine with that.
Which I am fine with that because the prequels are movie. It's all Star Wars. That's what I'm trying to say.
They definitely are movies.
They are. It's all Star Wars. It's not divided.
Yeah.
Only the fans are divided.
And at the end of the day, it's just the title of the movie. So like, in the grand scheme of things, like...
It's the content that matters.
Yeah, the content of the film is what I actually care about. The title could literally be whatever. But as long as the movie is good, if I walk away from The Rise of Skywalker and it's a great movie and I'm super stoked, I'm not going to be like, still don't like the title, so the movie's ruined. So, you guys have any closing thoughts on the trailer or the title of the movie?
Definitely hyped.
I would agree. Star Wars is back, motherfuckers. that is my feeling right now.
Yeah. Of course I'm hyped, but this time it's gonna be a little different. I'm going on full lockdown. I'm unfollowing every Star Wars official page, non-official page on every social media, every subreddit, everything. I'm blocking the words on Twitter. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I'm watching this trailer. Obviously, I've watched it like 5 times now.
Until the
That's
next
it.
trailer you
No,
hear.
no. I'm not doing that to myself again. No, I'm not doing it to myself again.
It's like we were saying earlier, I think the way I worded myself, or maybe you guys misread me, I am not one of those people who say, like, The Force Awakens is just a remake of New Hope. But I think it's undeniable to say that they share a lot of the same themes.
Of course.
Sharing themes does not make it a remake. And I think that...
I don't know, man. Desert planet.
Yeah. I do...
Lightsabers.
I do believe that they intentionally had The Force Awakens share a lot of themes with Star Wars 77. I do think they intentionally shared themes between The Last Jedi and The Empire Strikes Back. By speculating from the trailer, I do think they will share a lot of similar themes with Episode 9 and Return of the Jedi. And I think that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a perfectly fine way of doing it, and it's not a remake. Like, just because it takes place in a desert, even if it's Tatooine, or just because they're on a sail barge, or they're back at the Death Star from Return of the Jedi, or they bring back the Emperor, like, that doesn't necessarily mean they're just going the cheap route. I just think they're intentionally, like, they're molding their story that way.
And when you really look at, like, Star Wars as, like, a giant...
Like, I don't want to say it's poetry, because that's just incredibly pretentious, and George said that. But I do think there's definitely an intent to do that with the new film.
It's almost like it's a huge story revolving around one family.
And that's what I like. That's the whole thing about Star Wars is like the books, comics, video games, all of that stuff. All at some point usually go back to something that we recognize from the movies. Whether it's a character, it's a planet, it's a trooper, it's something like that. It all always has like very similar things, like because that's what Star Wars fans like.
Because it's within the same franchise.
Yes, it's like there's
Star Wars.
there's
I
nothing.
think people are taking that to an extreme, where it's like I can point out similarities with this trailer. They're on like one of the smaller sail barge things from Return of the Jedi, like one of the smaller ones. It is on. They did go from desert planet in the first one, skip no desert planet, and now they're going back to the desert planet, just like the original trilogy. I mean, the Emperor, the destruction of the Death Star. Like, you can say that and just say, "Oh, they're remaking it."
The prequels, the
plot
went desert
structure.
planet to desert planet.
But the actual, like, once you look into the plot structure, it's not similar. They're just sharing similar themes. And people are just like, they see something that they saw in the original trilogy, and they're like, they're lazy. They're being cheap.
Yeah.
And those are the same people that subscribe to the Ring Theory and think George Lucas is a genius.
George Lucas is a genius.
He's not a genius, but he is smart.
So what did you guys think of the trailer? Let us know in the comments down below. What do you think of the title of the movie? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you like Buck and you feel a little indifferent to it? Of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars and Star Wars related things. So if that's your cup of tea, I guarantee you'll have a good time on our channel. Of course, ring the bell for notifications so that you know when we're uploading, because it is no longer good enough to just be subscribed.
True.
Of course, I'm Nate. I'm joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And Steven.
Take care.
And we will see you guys next time on Out of the Basement.